Welcome back to the deep dive. So a lot of you asked for this one. How to actually get better at English self-study, but in a way that feels, easy and natural.
Right. Not about spending more hours, but making the time you do spend way more effective.
Exactly. So our mission today is to pull out the core strategies. We're talking about high-frequency exposure and the right practice methods that really work.
And all the research points to this one core idea. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're getting away from those long, horrible cram sessions.
So what does high frequency even mean here?
It means short bursts. Think highly efficient, 15 to 20-minute sessions, but every single day. That seems to be the magic number for building fluency without getting burned out.
Okay, 15 minutes a day, I can do
Yeah.
that. So let's break down the 4 techniques that make those minutes count. First up, shadowing.
Yes. This one is for everyone who feels like they understand English perfectly in their head.
But then you open your mouth and it just doesn't come out right.
That's the one. And what shadowing does is it targets the physical side of speaking.
So how does it actually work?
It's pretty simple. You find a short audio clip, maybe a minute long, a bit of news, a dialogue, whatever, and you start repeating what they say immediately.
Immediately. So you don't wait for them to finish the sentence.
No, not at all. You speak right along with them, like their shadow. And definitely don't look at the transcript at first.
Hold on, but if I'm just copying sounds, won't I just be practicing my own bad habits, my own bad pronunciation?
That is a great question. And the key is the initial goal isn't perfect accuracy.
Okay.
It's about building muscle memory for the speaker's intonation, their rhythm, and how they link sounds together. You're training your mouth.
Ah, I see. So it's physical training first, correction later.
Exactly. The sources say to repeat that same short clip 5 times a day. That's what builds the muscle memory for natural speech. You check the transcript later after you feel the rhythm.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so moving on from the sounds to the words, technique 2, contextual learning. This seems to go against everything we learned in school.
It really does. I mean, we all had those flashcards, right? A word on one side, translation on the other.
And then you forget it 2 days later.
Exactly, because it's a dead link in your brain. The solution is to memorize sentences, not single words.
So we just throw out our vocabulary lists.
Not entirely. It's about priorities. When you learn a new word, you have to look up its example sentences, and critically, its collocations.
Collocation, so the words that usually go with it.
Yes. So instead of just learning the word fast, you learn the phrase fast food. Instead of traffic, you learn heavy traffic.
Got it. So your brain just pulls the whole chunk out at once in a conversation.
Right. It's much faster.
Okay.
Which leads perfectly into technique number 3, developing English thinking. This is all about breaking that translation barrier.
Ugh, that's the worst. That little pause while your brain is going from your native language to the translation and then to English. It's so slow.
It's the primary source of hesitant speech. The fix is to create an all-English environment, and you can do that with self-talk.
So just talking to myself.
Pretty much. For beginners, it's as simple as looking around the room and naming things in English. Chair, lamp, window.
And for more advanced learners.
That's where it gets really powerful. You start describing your actions out loud. I am making a cup of coffee right now.
Right.
Or, I need to reply to this email by 5 p.m.
Wow. So you're literally creating a direct link between the action and the English words, bypassing your native language completely.
That's the goal. You're reducing that translation lag.
Yep.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, technique 4, the input-output loop.
Okay, this feels like the biggest mistake people make. They just consume, watching videos, reading articles.
All input, no output. And that information just sits in your short-term memory. It doesn't stick.
So you have to force it into long-term memory.
Through output, you have to use the information. It can be super simple.
Like what?
After you watch a video, just write down one single sentence summarizing it, or your opinion on it. Or try to explain what you just learned to someone else, even if they're imaginary. It's the effort of expressing it that makes it permanent.
So it's really about these 4 small, manageable systems. Not about finding more hours to study. It makes the whole thing feel achievable.
It turns learning into a mechanism that takes care of itself. It's like compound interest for your brain. And if we know that output is what truly converts knowledge,
then that leaves a really important question for you listening. Which of these 4 techniques will you prioritize applying today to make sure what you've just learned actually sticks?